To properly stow oxygen masks, there are several important steps. First, always wear proper gloves before handling the masks. Natural human skin oils mixed with oxygen can be an explosive combination. Clean masks according to specifications. Thoroughly inspect all masks, hoses, couplings, seals, and connections for damage. And carefully stow the mask according to directions. At the first indication of an emergency, a flight crew has just 5 seconds to correctly don oxygen masks and establish communication. That's not much time. It is a matter of life or death that the mask has been cared for and packed correctly. When handling the MLD-20 series mask, it is very important you do not push the red inflation lever on the demand regulator. If the lever is pushed, the harness will inflate. This will prevent you from properly stowing the mask. Before stowing the mask, you must release the inflation lever to vent the oxygen, then start the process from the beginning. The first step is to completely remove the mask and all hoses from the stowage box. Make sure to fully extend the supply hose. If it's necessary, rotate the mask to make sure the supply hose is not twisted. Check the goggles to see that they are securely attached to the mask regulator assembly. It is important you thoroughly clean the mask. To make cleaning easier, invert the harness over the regulator. Use alcohol-based disinfectant towelettes. Carefully clean the entire oral nasal face piece, face seal, and the microphone. Examine the mask assembly in a well-lighted area. Make sure the assembly is visibly clean and free of contamination. Allow the mask to completely air dry. Check to see that the face seal padding on the mask is soft. Press on the seal. It should feel spongy and quickly return to its original shape. Next, check to make sure all hoses are properly connected. With use, there will be signs of normal wear. However, you should look for any damage to the equipment. There are 2 connectors inside the stowage box. They must be attached correctly for the mask to work properly. First, check the pneumatic connection. Then make sure the microphone cable from the mask is properly connected. At the same time, carefully check the connections, the supply hose, microphone cable, and harness for damaged or broken areas. This is an example of what you should inspect for. Check for any breaks, cracks, cuts, or other damage to the supply hose or harness. You are now ready to start stowing the mask in the box. Return the harness to its normal position, making sure it is not tangled or twisted. Looking into the stowage box, coil the supply hose into the box using a counterclockwise motion. Stack the loops from the bottom of the box upward using the largest diameter loops possible. As you make the loops, it may be necessary to rotate the mask to prevent the supply hose from twisting and tangling. Gently press down on the coils to push them down in the box. Be careful not to tangle the slack hose as you do so. When the hose is properly coiled, each coil should be neatly stacked on the one below, with the edges reaching the sides of the stowage box. The next step is to prepare the mask and harness so it will fit into the box. With the regulator on the mask against the palm of one hand, hold the mask upside down so you're looking at the face cone. Make sure the harness is completely deflated. It should hang freely from the face piece. With your free hand, grasp the longer left cross strap. Then pull the entire harness to the left across the face cone. Hold the longer right strap against the face cone. Then fold the rest of the harness back across the mask so the long left strap is resting against the right edge of the face cone. Be careful not to hook the straps around the face cone. With the harness straps folded neatly over the face cone, position the supply hose down the center of the mask, over the back of the harness. Doing this will ensure proper hose alignment when the doors on the stowage box are closed. Carefully insert the mask assembly into the stowage box. Do not rub the lens against the box. As you lower the mask into the box, be sure not to rotate it, twisting the supply cable. Keep the supply hose at the center of the box. There are 2 styles of stops. For boxes with a bar stop, rest the tabs of the mask on the bar. For boxes with a clip stop, insert the tabs of the mask into the clips until the tabs click into place. After being seated in the stowage box, it is important to make sure the oxygen mask is prepared for proper operation when needed. First, make sure the regulator dilution control is set on 100%. To do this, push the toggle down. Make sure the safety button is in the normal position. Normal is when it is rotated counterclockwise. The next step is to close the left-hand door. When you shut the door, the Oxy On flag will be visible on the outside of the door. Fully push in the Reset Test control lever on the left-hand door. Push it in the direction of the arrow, then release it. If the oxygen system is charged, you will hear the oxygen venting from the supply hose. After the Reset Test button is released, check to make sure the Oxy On flag disappears. The final step is to close the right-hand door. Be very careful not to pinch or crimp the supply hose when you close the door. The Aeros MLD 20 series mask can be stowed in the large MXP 400 series box or the smaller MXP 100 series box. Procedures for stowing the mask in the smaller box are exactly the same as the other Aeros masks without goggles. Simply remove the goggles to do so.